Hi, I'm Warwick Dice, and welcome back to Dragonfall. Let's continue. And I need to move this, because it's in my way. Oh shit. So yes, last time we blew up the facility. Now let's go do some other mayhem. More stuff needs to happen. So, first thing is, we have this data that we need to figure out and decipher, which I believe, let me go ahead and I actually put notes up for myself from last time, so hold on. Let me just pull them up. It's kind of ridiculous to do it, but all right. There we go. Okay, yeah, so okay. So yeah, we need to give it to Shock, I believe. Alright, so yeah, we're about to get some money. I don't see... Okay. Actually, first things first, we need to find our friend, because she should be able to see what the data's all about. Okay. So I think we've already seen this. Okay. Yeah, she's just gonna say the same thing. So yeah, let's see if we can give us the Shockwell and write her. She should be able to. There's not too much to do in this interim. You call up the As Technology project data on your PDA, and its tiny display window fills with foreign words and symbols. Handing over the Blood Mage's research, whatever it is, would be easy as initiating a data upload. Do it. Yeah, because this is the best one. I know you can give it to them, but I thought you could give it to the girl down there, or they could translate it. But there's no point in doing it, because you just get less money. And if you take it to Paul, he just yells at you. So, I've done it multiple different ways. I just wanted to see which way to do it best. Because we are about to get quite a lot of karma. And it will be worth it. Also get some money. Alright. Yep, so we got a little extra. Do we have anything else? Nope. Also, this is like whisper quiet in my ear. Oh, there we go. The music is too good not to listen to. Anyway, let's talk to Paul. As you step forward, the rest of your team falls silent. Amstel shifts his attention to you. You can see the worry on his face. Neck puncher, I have new information. I'm afraid that it isn't good. Okay, skip the preamble and tell us what you've learned. 2 years ago, a large shipment of highly lethal bioweapon disappeared en route to storage facility in Dresden. The weapon was designated X-15. I have traced the path of the missing shipment. It was delivered to Harfeld Manor. Well, that sounds horrible. It is. We've heard of this stuff back in the service. We called it Doom. I never run across it in the wild, but I've heard enough horror stories to know that I don't want to. The stories that you heard are correct. This Doom is an extremely dangerous subject. He gestures to a technical document on his computer's display. I've been reading up. To this day, the stories of Doom remains a cautionary tale in biotech circles. Monoclonal antibody technology is strictly regulated now, and this substance is one of the reasons why. What does this stuff do exactly? Amstel clears his throat and reads aloud from the information on his screen. Doom kills by destroying a host's muscle tissue via radioactive decay. Each individual Doom antibody is bound to a radioactive bismuth-212 isotope. When introduced into a host, these antibodies bind to surface-level muscle tissue. The tissue is then killed with alpha radiation. This process repeats itself until the host wastes away and dies. Jesus. Iger nods grimly. I've heard of the Doom that was deployed in a couple of border skirmishes back in 41. After seeing what it did to people up close, the UCAS passed a unilateral ban on the stuff. If that doesn't tell you how bad it is, nothing will. Okay, so I hesitate to ask, but what would a dragon want with this Drek? Nothing good. That much goes without saying. This development worries me, Neck Puncher. It worries me greatly. Even if a dragon is stockpiling bioweapons, we've got a bigger problem than we thought on our hands. Yeah, so the dragon has a bioweapon. Alright, good to know, but that doesn't change what we need to do. I'm with Neck Puncher on this one. This is interesting, scary even, but it doesn't actually change anything. I mean, it ups the stakes if Firewing's allowed to carry out her plans, whatever those might be, but we're gonna stop her before that happens. That was always the plan. As far as I'm concerned, it's still the plan now. I agree with Dietrich. We need to focus on what's in front of us. Whatever the dragon's larger plans might be, the fact is, she is after us. We shouldn't let ourselves get distracted by anything. Amstel is slow to respond, but finally he nods. Yes, I concur. For the time being, we must continue forward. That means you must continue working towards raising Alice's fee. I'll leave the matter in your capable hands, Neck Puncher. When you've acquired the necessary funds and are ready to head back out to the rabbit hole, let me know. From there, we will discuss our next steps. Iger nods. Good. If you need me, I'll be prepping for the next run. Right behind you, love. Dietrich casts a backward glance at Glory. As if any of this has had an impact on her, she doesn't show it. Come on, Glory, let's go. Whoa, lag. I hope this isn't saving on my C drive. But hey. Okay. Yeah, we need to do the Alice thing. I was waiting for the karma boost. So, let's go ahead and get these. Good. Herr Schmidt to Neck Puncher. To call your work unsatisfactory would be an understatement. When I said I wanted the prototype, it should have gone without saying that I wanted it intact and operational. You technically fulfilled the terms of our arrangement, so you will get paid, but don't ever expect to work for us again. Schmidt. A moment later, a second message pops in your inbox. Your payment details. Payment from client, 22,500 new yen. Deductions for crew salary, 6,000 new yen. Ammunition and resupply costs, 1,500 new yen. Automatic deduction for Alice funds, 11,250 new yen. Remainder sent to Neckpuncher's account, 3,750 new yen. Payment transfer complete. I'm not going to read all of that for this one. Frau Muller to Neckpuncher. If you are receiving this message, I have fled the country or otherwise unavailable. Don't worry, you're still getting paid. I've made the appropriate preparations. In any case, Neckpuncher, thank you for helping me. Please do not attempt to contact me again. As far as the world and my former employees are concerned, I am buried under a ton of rubble. It is best it remains that way. Goodbye. Yvonne Jimenez, aka Frau Muller. Yay, and we got money. So check the status of the Alice Fund. Woohoo! So yeah, we're 500 over. I do like the you can borrow against it, which is not a good idea. Yep. Account admin override password required. Current admin user Paul.Amsel. Neckpuncher, please speak with me when you're ready to proceed with Alice's payment. Amsel. Well, anyway, we're not doing that just yet. We've got another thing to do. Also, it's really weird because whenever I move my mouse cursor to the right, my Restreamio chat comes up. Like the reply thing at the bottom. No, we're going the wrong way. Also, for some reason, this game is not capturing my mouse. So my mouse is like flying out of the window. But we should have new cyberware now. Actually, decent cyberware. I need cyberware. Alright. Let's see. Are you really not? I mean, I could do the dermal plating. Maybe because I'm not hacking out the better data. I don't know. So I'm thinking of definitely the dermal plating, because +1 body is pretty good, but I might wait until we do this. Yeah. Because I think it's always just a... Because it should be a +1 even if we already have the extra point. So if I put this up to 9, the next one will still be 10, but technically I have 11 when you get the +1 body. At least that's the way it should be going. Could put this up. Let's see. 9, 8. Yeah, I probably should. Technically I need that, but yeah, I might as well just get that for the moment. But let's go ahead, and so I don't have to spend the point on body. Let's see. Because you have the 1 body, 1 strength would be pretty good. As opposed to the dermal plating, which is +2 armor, +1 body. Essence costs 1. Essence costs 1.5. And let's see. Do they have the arms that are good? No. And the crap ones. Oh well. I need something. Because like these, the cyber arms that could be +6 hit points are kind of lame. So I just like this one for its... I mean, I could get a cyber leg. but its essence costs 2, and that's expensive. Yeah. So now, stat-wise... No. So yeah, I have a boosted strength 8, and my armor obviously boosted. And my body. Because... Actually, we should go check to see if there's new gear. Yeah, so see, it still says 8. It's like having good gear that gives you plus stats. Except it's permanently screwed into your body. Let's talk to this delightful gentleman. Alright. So let's see. Hit points plus 10. Strength and hit points. Quickness and hit points. Dodge and move speed. Quickness and dodge, which is pretty nice. But I think I'm going to go for the armor jacket. Because this is just plus 5 hit points, and that's just silly at this point. Yeah, 50%. I should probably buy some more of these. Should buy some more med packs, period. Well, anyway. Let's go do that. Yeah, because I think the first game has just the basic trauma kits, and then the advanced, or the gold, is like the highest tier one. But I think in this one they have platinum kits. Should be 100%. I need medical supplies, damn it. Grab that. You do not have any better med kits? Jesus. Anyway, Gloria should hopefully be getting her last ability soon. Which is quite possibly the best ability. Also, let's see. I think we're done with him. Okay, yeah. Just making sure. This is kind of like the last stop for that. Come on. Get in there. So let's talk to Blitz. At the sound of your approach, Blitz stubs out his cigarette. He gives you a curt nod. Neck puncher, I'd offer you a smoke, but that was my last one. Any thoughts on the last run you'd like to share? I never thought I'd set foot in an Aztechnology building. Looks different in meat space than it does in the Matrix. I'll say that much. Truth be told, Chief, I found the whole experience kinda nerve-wracking. I'm glad that we're out of there. I'm even gladder the building is a pile of smoldering rubble now. Gladder? Really? You're a ape. How'd that whole Emil situation work out for you? Turning up anything new? Yeah, well, sort of. It's mostly speculation, truth be told. So what's the deal? Is she working with the Azzies or what? No, I don't think so, but I do have a new lead. After our talk, I went wading into all the Aztechnology Matrix hubs to see what I could find. Nothing too deep, don't worry. I didn't want to set off any alarm bells, but I had a hunch if I poked around long enough I'd find something that might lead to a meal. What the hell is this? Sorry, I got a weird message. YouTube comments are going weird. And sure enough, I did. A message from the genuine article herself. She messaged you? Sure enough, sent me a note. Want to hear what it said? He presses forward without waiting for a response. I'll tell you. The note said, and I quote, "Lay off, Blitz. I told you to leave me alone. You've shown admirable self-control over the past year. Please don't give up on it now. I'll be back when I can, if I can. Until then, keep away from me, for both our sakes. So, I found her, and she wants nothing to do with me again. No explanations, no apologies, just a verbal pat on the head. I've shown admirable self-control. Really? She makes it sound like I'm a toddler or something. So did you lay off like the message said? Hell no. I wasn't going to stand for that. Where does she get off stealing from me and then acting like it was my fault? I tried to trace the message like any good Decker would. I note your use of the word tried. He nods grimly. She's good, Neckpuncher. Better than I ever thought she was. I couldn't trace the damn thing. I could keep digging, though. I mean, if she noticed me doing it before, I must have been close. Now, before you say anything, I was more discreet this time. I can be subtle if I have to. Nobody noticed what I was doing. And I did find another clue. I hesitate to ask. That's okay. I'll tell you anyway. I found a connection between Emil and Sader Krupt. Or Sader Krupt. So you think that she works for SK then? That she stole the encrypted data from you to give it to them? Well, maybe. I don't know, it's confusing. I was also able to track down some message fragments connecting her to the Shockwellenreiter. So maybe she was with Sader Krupp Mole. She was a Sader Krupp Mole. And she got close to me so that she could, I don't know, so she could profit from my decking expertise? Maybe when she told me not to steal that data, she was using reverse psychology. That's gotta be it. She must have wanted me to take it. He frowns, then shakes his head. But then again, maybe she's with the Shockwellenreiter, and she's screwing both the Azzies and SK over. If that's the case, maybe she was with me because she genuinely wanted to be. He pauses for a moment, considering. And then, all out at once, he seems to perk up. His chest puffs out, and he nods once, decisively. In either case, I should make an effort to find her. I mean, she's playing a dangerous game, whether it's with SNK or the Shockwellenreiter. Maybe she's gotten herself in too deep. She might need help. I mean, why else would she send me such a cryptic message? Yeah, it's up to you, Blitz. At the end of the day, you're going to do whatever you want to do. Yeah. He nodded excitedly, as if he caught the dismissive tone of your words and he doesn't show it. Yeah, you're absolutely right. It is up to me. It's up to me to save the woman I love. Blitz claps his hands, then rubs them together in excitement. Get set, Chief. You're about to witness an event. My gung-ho personality and legendary skills come together. The whole world stops and takes notice. I'm sure that it does, Blitz. I can't wait to see how this plays out. You won't have to wait long. I know just the place to hit. The same Technology data node that I stole the information from in the first place. I already know that I can get past security, and my gut tells me that I'll find Emil there. Thanks for the encouragement, Chief. I knew that this was the right thing to do, of course. But you've helped me to quiet any lingering doubt I might have had. He nods at you, an expression of supreme confidence on his face. And now, if you excuse me, I've got a damsel in distress to rescue. Ah, Blitz. Let's talk to Dietrich first. Hey, boss. Need something? Any thoughts on the last run? You know, boss, living in Berlin, I never thought I'd get the chance to go up against the Blood Mage. Guess today was my lucky day. Not sure how I feel about you're freeing the clones. It might have been kinder to put them out of their misery. He shrugs. It was your call, though. Yeah. So let's get back to what he was talking about earlier. He shrugs. It's bound to happen eventually. Probably sooner rather than later. Isn't there something you can do to stop that from happening? Well, I suppose I could refuse. But that probably wouldn't be a good idea. Especially not now. Remember, Bros, the Dragon Slayer is where my magic comes from. If I turn away from him, you'd better believe he'd turn away from me. Besides which, I don't even know if I can refuse him anymore. He's been with me for so long, I don't know where he stops and I begin. Kinky. He grins at you. Don't worry about me, boss. I've known this was coming my entire life. And when it happens, I'll go down in a blaze of glory the likes of which you can't even imagine. That's a promise. What if you were to pick a fight with a different kind of dragon? Say maybe a gang or a corporation. He pauses for a moment. That's an interesting idea. If it were big enough and heinous enough, he might be satisfied. I never tried to bargain or negotiate with the Dragon Slayer before. I'm not sure how I feel about it, and I don't know how he'd take it either. The Dragon Slayer doesn't like to be questioned, and his temper's even shorter than mine. But I'll tell you what, boss. I'll think about it. And let's just go for the one that I hate, which I can't believe your idol wants you to commit suicide. It's not really. It's fighting to the last. It's being a crusader. Like, not suicide. Of course not. The Dragon Slayer doesn't want me to die. But he does want me to kill dragons. That ain't supposed to be safe. Or easy. It isn't my idol's fault that I'm getting too old to keep up with his wishes. Nothing right now. Let's go speak with Glory. As always. Glory favors you with a weak smile. Her expression cautious. You're suddenly aware of how very small she is. Hoy, neck puncher. I've got to admit, I've been dreading this. So, now that you know what I've done, what I am, are you here to tell me off? I wouldn't blame you if you were. Any thoughts on that last run? I don't like magic, neck puncher. I've had some unfortunate experience with it in the past. What they were doing down there, in that lab, that was magic of the worst kind. You took your time to save as Technology's test subjects. In your place, I might not have. I don't think I could have justified endangering the mission. She pauses for a moment, considering. Still, it worked out, and I suppose that's all that matters. No, Glory, I'm not here to tell you off. Truth be told, I want to check in and see how you're doing. Not great. Struggling. About how you'd expect. We left off in a bad place last time. I've been thinking about your story, and I have questions for you. Yeah? What's that? You still looking for closure? Because your story had a lot of loose ends that need to be tied up. She holds her silence for a long time. Finally, she nods. Yes. I've been thinking about this for a long time, neck puncher. Every time I've gotten close to making a decision, I've turned and run away again. No more running. I'm ready to face this thing. But I can't do it alone. I'm going to need your help. I'm glad we're on the same page. Alright. If we're going to do this, we need to be clear on what our goal is. There are a lot of innocent people in that place. Lost street kids who got sucked in by Marta and other girls like her. Saving them won't be easy, but it feels like the right thing to do. But then there's also Haro to consider. I want that man dead. Lord knows he deserves it. And if we don't make killing him our top priority, he might get away from us. If that happens, if he runs, he'll eventually start up another cult somewhere else, where we can't find him, and all of this will have been for nothing. We're likely to run into other complications as well, so I think that we need to make a decision here, up front. What would you do in my place? Rescue the kids, or take down Haro? I don't think I can manage both. Let's wipe the cult out. Wipe out the cult, starting with Haro. As long as he's alive, he can just start all this over again. We'll save any cultists that we can, but the ones that are too far gone will have to be put down. Haro needs to die. I don't want the other kids hurt or killed. But Haro, that bastard, has to pay for what he did to me. She stops, as if suddenly unsure of herself. A moment later, a newfound confidence seems to seize her. She looks at you, and there's a fire in her eyes. He has to pay for what he did to all of us. I won't let this happen again. He needs to die. Alright. Damn right he does. Meet me at the van when you're ready to go. It's a long drive from here to Schonbuch. She nods. I'll see you there. Alright, so we have an extra mission here. Talk to Iger. Iger glances up from her PDA at the sound of your approach. Neck puncher. This isn't the best of times. Her body language is self-assured, but you can hear the anxiety in her voice. Something has her worried in a big way. Any thoughts on that last run? That complex needed to be buried. What they were working on in there, it was an atrocity, Neck Puncher. I'm glad you were able to put a stop to it. Saving the clones was a bold move. It would have been easier to leave them where they were and consider them collateral damage. She nods. But it was the right choice, Neck Puncher. Talk to me, Iger. Something's put you on edge. I want to know what it is. There's a long pause. Finally, she turns her PDA so that you can... Oh, cute. Now that I can see... I missed your, messages the other day because my messenger was not working properly. She turns her PDA so that you can look at the screen. This. The image that greets you is a hollow pic of a rail-thin orc with jet black hair. Who am I looking at? His name is Yuli Kozov. He's better known by his handle, the Engineer. He's a mercenary, ex-Spetsnaz, one of the best in his field. Ran up against him in my KSK days. Tell me more. His specialties are in social engineering and wet work. In practice, he spends most of his time paving the way for organized crime syndicates to seize new territory. He set up bribes, takes out key members of opposition, forges alliance with existing street gangs, all the groundwork that a syndicate needs. He's extremely bad news, Neck Puncher. My contacts spotted him and shot in nest. That's a little too close to the Christmas for comfort. Exactly. I've seen what the Engineer can do up close. My KSK units tracked him a few years ago. Had him in the sights of my rifle, but was ordered to hold fire. We couldn't afford to give away our position. To this day, I regret obeying that order. I saw what happened in that town, and he was softening up after the syndicate moved in. Neck Puncher, I have to stop him before it's too late. What happened in that town, it can't be allowed to happen again in Schotteness. Agreed. Do you know who he's working for now? The safest bet would be a Russian syndicate, but there's no telling. His client list is longer than you expected. Got any examples? I don't know why we go about this. Just say, okay, well, let's go kick his ass. Well, I know for a fact he's worked for mafia groups operating inside and outside of Russia. He put in a lot of time with the Lobatchevsky syndicate. He's taken contracts with the Triads as well. My contacts tell me he's even done a few jobs for Tanamos. Alright, so what do? We stop him. Or rather, I stop him. She looks you in the eye. I can't ask you to put off our mission for this, but the Engineer has to be stopped. So I'm gonna have to disappear for a run or two. I know how important it is that we resolve the Führerschwing situation. I get it, but I just can't sit back and let this happen. She shakes her head. I won't. Yeah. Yeah. If the Kreuz of Stars at risk, too important job to rest on the shoulders of one person. I'm going with you. End of story. Alright, Fearless Eater, you're right. I could use the help, but the others? They can't know about this. This is gonna have to be a quiet job. 2 people max. You sure you're prepared for this? If you can't hold up your end, I'd be better off on my own. Yeah. You can let her go on her own and she'll succeed. As long as she's somewhat leveled. Don't worry about me. I'm solid. Yeah, I know you are. Grab your things and meet me at Der Wine Keller. I've got a contact who's going to join us there, and we can help figure out our next step. So the first thing we want to do is go meet Iger's contact, because if you go and do another mission in the interim, Iger will just go on her own. Okay, both of them are there. But if you can let Mercy's wait. Mercy? Jesus. Glory. thinking about another game, thinking of Mercy. But I'll be right back in just a second, because I forgot to roll a cigarette. No, we don't recruit commies. Also, I just figured out why you're down in South America. I heard their governments are having a lot of interesting changes. Are you just there helping your friends? I guess it's gonna give me Glory's mission first. Actually, let's do this. I thought you just... Let's see. Are they both in the same place? Yeah. It says optional, meet with her contact. Are you down there being a cyber troll? Hold on. Let me just pull this up real quick. This is where things get weird. Let's see. Okay. Let me see here. Yeah, so I can get her a really good rifle, or I can get her electric stun grenades. Sorry, I know I have to look this stuff up because this stuff goes kind of crazy. Oh. Yeah, I figured. Okay, there's Iger's mission. Right? Yeah. I always forget that Iger's mission is technically optional because she'll just do it on her own. You just miss out on a few things. This dwarf has a distinctly Eurasian appearance. Do this. He peers up at Iger through almond-shaped eyes. The rest of his broad face is dominated by strong Slavic features. He nods to himself and he puts down a mug of soy calf. On the edge of a table, a plate of day-old pie cools in a haze of cigarette smoke. Hoi, Iger. Been a long time. He taps his thumb on the rim of his coffee mug. Keeping busy? You could say that. Neck puncher, this is Bannock. He's a friend. The dwarf scoffs. I don't know if I'd go that far. Nothing personal, you understand. If I were to start keeping friends, I might call you one. But in my experience, friendship and obligation go hand in hand. A solitary life is cleaner. She smiles. Professional acquaintance, then. The dwarf nods. Better. Now, let's get down to the business, shall we? Let's. We need intel on the engineer. Where he's been staying, who he's working for, and how long he's been in Shotton Nest. Whatever you got, we want it. He spears a hunk of pie with his fork, crams it into his mouth, starts to chew. A moment later, he shrugs. I've had worse. And of course, I'll give you what I can. But I don't know much. I can point you in the right direction, that's all. Just tell us what you can. We'll handle the heavy lifting. The dwarf nods, then fumbles in his jacket pocket for something. A moment later, he produces a weathered paper map and spreads it on the table. All right. What you're looking for is in the southwest quadrant of Shotton Nest. It is gang territory, all of it. These days, the whole keys is being held by Rambach. Not those assholes again. Afraid so. By all accounts, they've gotten worse recently. The guy that filled the power vacuum when their last leader bit. Oh, bit it. Okay, bit it is a real piece of work. He stabs a meaty finger down on the faded silhouette of a building. Anyway, this warehouse right here is Rambach HQ. That's where the engineer is staying. Wonderful. Iger exhales heavily. If he's staying there, he must have arranged some sort of deal with them. That'd be safe. That'd be the safe bet. They haven't pulled their guns on him yet, so it's fair to assume that negotiations are going well. I'm sure that I don't have to tell you this, but the last thing we need is an alliance between some foreign syndicate and Rambach. Get out of here. There you go. No good could come of that. I can't argue with that. Now, I can't tell you who the engineer is working for. You have to ask him about that yourself. But what I can do is make it easier for you to have a sit-down with him. Bannock reaches under the table and brings up a canvas bag. He places it in front of you and pushes it forward. Don't open that in here. There are people in this room who'd kill you for what's in that bag. Shrug. I guess I'd kill him first. Alright, tough guy. I get it. You're a whiz. Just do me a favor and keep the damn bag closed, okay? Tell us what you brought for us, Bannock. He lowers his voice to a soft whisper. You have to lean in to hear him clearly. What you're gonna find in there is a gadget about the size of a water pistol. It has a rubberized grip and a hair trigger, and it's good for one shot. Is it a stun gun? No. He pauses for a moment, playing with his fork. Well, not really. For your purposes, it might as well think of it as one, though. The object in question is a cyberware deactivator. I had it shipped here, at great personal expense, from a supermax prison in the UCAS. He traces a twirl in the air with the fork. The warden owed me a favor. Iger whistles appreciatively. Very nice, Bannock. That should make this easy. Not easy. Possible. I wouldn't be giving it to you if the job could be done without it. The engineer is rocking a Delta-grade move-by-wire system. Unless you can shut it down, there's no way in hell you're going to catch him. And if we do shut it down, he'll be forced in a state of permanent seizure. He shrugs. Only until he gets things up and running again. Deactivated isn't the same as broken. The dwarf shovels another heaping forkful of pie into his mouth. He chews thoroughly. Until then, his life will be a living hell. But I can think of worse things to use as a bargaining chip. Remember, you need to know who he works for. The more you can take him out of his comfort zone, the better. That's handy. Making people uncomfortable is my specialty. Truer words have never been spoken. Thanks, Bannock. We'll let you know how things work out. Don't bother. I'll be watching. Alright. So let's go to the Shotton Nest. Which is what? Rat's Nest? I don't remember what a Schotten is. German isn't actually very subtle with its words. It's pretty clear what they're trying to say. Alright, let's go. This mission's pretty straightforward. Shouldn't be too much to worry about. I probably should have put med packs on me, but oh well. The engineer. Schotten nest. The keys next door to the Kreuzbazaar. And an object lesson in anarchy gone wrong. Violent gangs rule the streets here, trading territory to the roar of gunfire. The streets are a war zone. Was this L.A.? As dangerous as Schotten nest already is, it could be worse. The gangs are vicious, but disorganized. They pose little risk to their neighbors, with little more than a makeshift barricade and a few volunteers. The Kreuzbazaar has successfully insulated itself from the chaos of the neighboring keys. Oh my god, that neighbor's dog. Oh my god, I'd never wanted lightning to hit a dog as bad as my neighbor's dogs. I can just hear them barking nonstop. The engineer could change all that. He has to be stopped, and the F state as a whole needs to be alerted as to what his clients are trying to do. It's up to you and Iger to make sure that happens. Okay, so I have the stun gun for some reason. Or cyberware deactivator. And I'm already going to be in close range, so that's fine. And it looks like I did equip med packs on me. As you near the edge of the Kreuzbazaar, the familiar piss and asphalt stench of Schotten nest crawls into your nostrils and sticks to the back of your throat. The dilapidated husks of burnt-out buildings loom above you, giving the place an air of menace. I was hoping I'd put this place behind me after the Humanus run. Yeah, I'm with you there. She wrinkles her nose. The funny thing is, a syndicate present might actually help Schotten nest, in the short term at least. They'd clean up the streets if nothing else. Don't tell me you're changing your mind. Not for a second. A syndicate, any syndicate in Schotten nest would be a disaster for the Kreuzbazaar. Let the people on the other side of the gate deal with their own problems. I won't allow my home to be endangered for their sake. Let's talk to the gatekeeper. You again? Well, you ignored my warning last time, and you ain't dead, so I guess you can handle yourself. He sighs. Let him through, Sergei. I don't know why it's with a J. Free stuff. Of course it's drugs. What else would it be? Yeah, you can go around this way. But we're gonna do that. I can't talk to her? I thought you could talk to her. Maybe it's because I'm a troll. I do like that you can pretty much just avoid all the combat there and just go for it. A warehouse door is a windowless slab of reinforced densoplast. A keypad entry system sits to one side. Got any ideas, Iger? Looks secure. She examines the heavy door, scowling. I might be able to blast it open with a controlled explosive, but that'd spook anyone inside. Probably best we could just find the code. Engine's still warm. Color in the tail. Mark it clearly as Rambach property. So let's go up here and punch some people to death. Like this lady. I got pots. I got and pans. You need pots and pans? No, but some info would be nice. See any new friends of the Rambach show up lately? Yeah, sure. What's it to you? The woman eyes you up and down, clearly waiting for you to make an offer. 50 new yen. Just trying to help out the neighborhood. She leans in for a whisper. They're just down the street in a warehouse with the grass in front. New guy showed up a few days ago. Seems like a bigwig. They've been moving product through there ever since. I've seen it. Locked up tight. Sure, I could help you out there. For a price. I got strength, so I'm gonna make your life very painful if you don't tell me that code now. A look of terror washes over the woman's face, and she clutches her chest with her right hand. Stop playing, lady. Give me the code. The woman drops to her knees, then falls to the side. She appears unconscious, if she's still alive. Well, shit. What do you want? I'm just looking for some information. I bet you are. I've seen your type before. You're probably looking for someone, or looking for something that's been stolen. Either way, the Rambach won't be happy about you sticking your nose in Shotton Nest. I'm new in town. What's hot around here? Nothing. Not a goddamn thing. All there is to do in Shotton Nest is get your arse beat by gangs until you decide to join one. Which gang are you in? I'm still in the former camp. I've heard that what the Rambach do to Hayes' new members. I'll take getting pushed around every once in a while over that. Alright, well thanks for wasting my time. Let's get over here and... Nah. Where are you going, buddy? Let's hit you up with destroying your armor first. Let's see, 49. Either way, it's 49. I hate not having... any goddamn haste. It's the worst. It's getting pecked at by these little fucking peckers. Well, you just marked yourself for death. Iger. Thank you. Actually, if I'm staying in front, that's really not a good idea. Swing and a miss. Iger blows head off. I said blow his head off. 40%? Nah. Goddamn dwarves. Let's see, how's my health? 10. Not too bad. Well, I guess that's all of them. So let's go see if they had a stash up there or something. Can't talk to any of them. There's nothing over there. Alright, well I guess we have to explode it. Actually... Nope, nothing. Alright, let's just blow it. Yeah. So, looking for a propane tank. I'm not reading that because that's kind of pointless. I don't know if you can actually do it. Nah. I think that sets off an alarm if you fail it. Stupid lady passing out. Nothing. Alright, let's talk to this guy and see if he knows. Ugh. Oh, well there we go. So propane tanks, like, explode, but they don't concussive explode. So that would be kind of pointless. I mean, you basically just set a metal door on fire, and that really wouldn't work out well. Oh. There it is. Make a bomb. Alright, fearless leader. There isn't anything subtle about what we're going to do, and I mean that. They're going to hear this explosion back in the Kreuzbazaar. That means that when this thing goes off, it's go time. We need to get to the engineer before he slips away. If we lose him, we won't find him again. I'm ready. Do it. Basically, I have to find him and run after him as quick as possible. In there, that's our man. Yep, this guy. Alright. So, your one is right here. Fucking dwarves. We're gonna get flanked no matter what we do. So just basically back away and keep shooting the Conjurer in the face. Oh, 22 damage. Switch to Shoddy. And I think he just ran out the back. Alright, Iger. Ooh. They are doing a lot more damage than I'd ever expect them to do. I think going for Fist was like the worst. Alright, Iger. That's a toughie. Yeah. Ugh, you fucking fireballs. I'm gonna have to restart it. I'm taking way too much damage. Also, he's not there. Normally he's right in this back room. Jesus, 28. Certain dude's not in here. Here comes the part that sucks. Please don't hit me. Basically, you need to AP stun him, because he moves like a fucking beast. Seriously? Oh. Probably should have gotten the movement one then. Please don't die. I'm dead. Because they keep critting like fucking assholes. Yep. Well, I pretty much lost him. Oh, nope. Okay, that stops him. Tiger, heal yourself. Get over here. Seriously? Another fireball? Dude, these guys just cast fireballs like nobody's business. By the way, if you let him run, there's a good chance he'll escape. Come on, really? 7 damage with that much body is bullshit. Should be like 4 damage. Tiger's gonna die. Tiger's out. I'm probably gonna die. Unless this elemental actually does something. Oh yeah. How are they ripping through my armor with pistols? What the fuck is this bullshit? Kill this fucking dwarf. Yeah, I should be able to skip the mission if I interrogate him again. But I'm trying to get behind cover, which they can still hit me. Although normally for this I have 3 AP, but I don't have quickness up, so... Hit your own dude. Yeah, I'm pretty much done. Sucks. But this mission is flighty. Normally I try to skip it. Just let Iger do it. God damn. That's like, what, 6 crits? 7 crits? Yeah. Jesus. It's this, the streamer's curse. Like, I can play this and be fine, but in this, it's like, no matter what I've done, I'm failed. I've already failed 2 missions, which is like... I think the only mission I've ever failed is the last mission. But that one's like balls hard, so it's not surprising. Also probably should have equipped Iger with one of the Bunamos. Yeah, blah blah blah. Oh, hey, there's actually free stuff down here now? Yeah, I'll steal from homeless people. Might be 60 new yen, but it's still money. Anyway, let's try not to fail this time. This time I'll probably actually let him go. Let him get out of the back. Yeah, I know. See if that lady will actually give out the code this time, or she'll just pass out again. I think no matter what you do, she pretty much passes out. Yeah, here you go. Ugh. Go search the panel first. I forgot that Shadowrun games don't let you do meta knowledge. I know the lady knows. I guess because you have, because I don't have the etiquette, I can't get in. No time for this, how much? Yeah, that's fine, whatever. I have more than enough money. Let's see if I can set off the alarm. Eh, 2924. I'll remember that. Yeah. Alright. This time let's not run. Although I don't really have much I can do. Well, I can hit her. And miss. Awesome. Wow. Starting off great. Jesus Christ. 9 damage with a goddamn pistol. While I have 4 armor and a shit ton of body. Oh, great. Acid. Didn't kill her. There we go. I fucking hate dwarves. Let's hit you with a dragon breath. And you miss. How are you knocking down? My armor keeps going off. Thank you. That's a little bit better. Actually, let's get some half cover. 6 damage. Alright, fucking kill him. I'm probably gonna get the message that I've been, that I've missed my opportunity. Come on. Look, this guy has 2 armor and he's taking 12 damage from a shotgun. The fuck is this bullshit? Game, you're fucking me. Three damage. It's supposed to be 5 damage. There we go. An actual crit. Also, not having quickness sucks with range. My movement range is just absolute dog shit. Alright, Iger, heal thyself. I will heal myself. Just end. Well, I didn't get the prompt that I missed him yet. Mm, 64 is okay. At least it's stripped armor. Supposedly. Swing and a miss. Alright, Iger. Switch to your snipe. And miss. There we go. Much better. Fucking bastard. Alright. 54. Yeah. What do you have with your snipe? 36. There we go. Thank you for actually hitting. Okay, still not getting the warning. Actually, let's let Iger hit first, or attempt to hit. Oh, come on, really? Damn. Alright, Iger, just reload. You can't see him anyway. There we go, thank you. Get shot right in the face. Ugh, still can't hit him. You fuck. Yeah, they all have 3 AP. For some reason my AP didn't go up. There we go. Iger, move right there. Hopefully that's within range. Okay. Let's get the fuck out of here. There's still one dude in here. Okay, good. Sometimes that doesn't work that way. Alright, first things first, Iger, you still have ammo for your shotgun. Good. Try to kneecap him if you can. Why would you? It's not worth it. Alright. I am rather low, so... Ugh, 33 is abysmal. Ugh, 27 damage? Are you fucking kidding me? Should have her heal herself, but... Ugh, Iger's going down. More than likely. Oh, nope. I don't think I can catch him at this point. Alright. Heal yourself. I guess reload. I think he's gonna get away. 20 damage with a fucking pistol. Are you serious? That's like rolling 2 d20s at once. The fuck does that ever happen? Seriously, Iger? Really? Critical times 2? Well, Iger's dead. And this guy's probably getting away. Why is this mission giving me so much trouble? Watch now, I'll do like 27 damage. Good miss. Okay, well, Iger's still alive. Come on, you fuck. Alright, well, that guy will die next turn. Yeah, he has 1 hit point left. 46. And knock his AP down. You fucking bitch. Why? Come on. Come on. Restart. Thank you. Only when I'm streaming. Misses everywhere. Enemies are doing fucking ridiculous damage with pistols. Alright, Iger. Take that. Just in case. That's why I buy them. I'll take that. Yeah. Also, it's frustrating because there's no checkpoints involved in this. So you always have to start it from the beginning. I have a feeling Glory's mission will be ridiculous. But now that I know the code, hopefully. Although I think this game anti-meta knowledges. So I might have to actually pay her to get the stuff. I don't remember. I know there's a passcode somewhere, I think in Hong Kong, that you have to go through this long circuitous way to get it. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Also, I highly doubt they're using armor-piercing rounds. I didn't even think you get that in Shadowrun with the rolls. Good. Passwords stay the same. Also, I hate how you enter the warehouse and they get the jump on you no matter what you do. Alright, please hit her. It's 84%. Thank you. Huh, there we go. Of course. Like, I get it, because shotguns and snipers can pierce armor, but pistols shouldn't pierce any. Although, they think they pierce, like, one armor. But I don't know which Shadowrun source this actually uses. Not like I have a problem with it using special Shadowruns, but... The only source I know, pistols don't do jack or shit. Except for offer you, like, normally 3 hits per round. Also, you pretty much need Eiger to kneecap dude once you get out. Get up and strip his armor if you can. Alright. Eiger, move right here. Point blank him. Please don't hit me. Thank you. Look at this, barely a scratch bullshit. Just end. We need all that we can get. Actually, how are you flanked? That's fucked up. Yeah. See, they have 3 AP. Alright. Punch this asshole to death. Just because that'll at least keep him from fireballing me nonstop. Can't hit. Just move there. And you missed point blank with a shotgun. There we go. Thank you. Alright. Actually, try a scatter shot. Of course. Why would it hit? It doesn't make any sense. I don't know why I guessed something. 24. Seriously? I guess Eiger rolled bad or something when I first got her because I've never had her miss this much. Or been generally this crap. Thank you. Could you stop running away like a little bitch? And again, with that flank bonus. What the fuck? Okay, try scatter. Try... No, that won't hit. 35 is a... No way in hell that's gonna hit. Thank you. Jesus. I should be striking critical like every hit. Thank you. What? You have -4 AP. How are you even moving? What drugs did you take? Good. balanced. Well, it actually gave me the cover bonus, so I'm okay with that. Thank you. Reload, because it's going to get messy. Now, as long as this portion goes successful, which I probably should have... Let's just medkit myself. Alright, Iger, please hit him. It's only 25% chance. Actually... Good. There we go. I just need to wipe out these dickheads. Yeah, stand nice and close. Alright. 12. Yeah. I was waiting for Iger to miss and hit me. There we go. You. Iger. You can't see him? What the fuck? It's all luck for this one. There we go. Help me drag this guy back to the warehouse. We're going to find out what he knows. Yeah, and you can't catch him in the warehouse unless you have 4 AP, like you have almost max quickness, which I don't even think you can do in this. Or, if you're a shaman, you can try to haste Iger, and she can run through this door and run through this door, and sometimes you can get him right at the door. But she won't have the stun, so it doesn't work. The engineer lies splayed out on the ground, his body trembling violently. Iger shoves a bottle up his nose and squeezes. The engineer shudders violently, then the trembling begins to subside. She glances at you. An aerosol BZD to help treat the seizures. Bannock was kind enough to include it in his goodie bag. Won't last long, but it should give Yulie here enough muscular control to answer a few questions. The engineer's voice comes out in a trembling stutter. Fuck you, troll. You're a troll. Don't be a dick. Iger raises an eyebrow. See? He's talking already. The engineer's eyes burn with hate. Beads of sweat dot his brows. He struggles to control the tremors that rack his body. He takes a deep breath, holds it, and releases it slowly. The trembling begins to subside. Let's give him a punch in the gut. The wind explodes out of the orc's lungs as your fist slams into his belly. His breath stinks of harissa and garlic. After a few panicked seconds, he manages to gasp out a word. Bastard! Hit him again. Language. You slam your fist into the bridge of the engineer's nose. His head whips back, then forward again. Blood streams from his nostrils. From the shape, you'd guess that it's broken in at least 3 places. You hit hard, troll. Good on you. His voice sounds stronger now. The stutter that marred his speech has almost completely faded away. You got muscle. I can respect that. A free piece of advice from me to you. Kill me here and do it now. Do it quick. He fixes his gaze on you.
Because if I ever get off this floor, your muscles will not save you or your she-troll friend.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'll step back and let the she-troll respond to that. Iger steps forward, a cruel smile on her face. You're gonna want to start talking, Yuli. I promise you that. You can start by telling us whose payroll you're on. She grabs a fistful of the orc's hair and lifts his head. Her face inches from his. Tell us who sent you to Shotton Nest. There's a long pause. Eventually, the engineer looks away. Alright, you want to know so badly? I'll tell you. Tanima sent me here. They want to use Shotton Nest as a base of operations in Berlin. My point of contact is a ghoul named Beetle. He leans forward and locks eyes with Iger. Air, you got your intel. Now set me free or kill me. Yuli. Iger leans back, shaking her head. You wouldn't roll over an employer this easily. Your rep tells me that much. He raises an eyebrow in a look of mock astonishment. No? No, Iger's right. You're jerking us around. You wanted a name, I gave you a name. You want more? I can give you those too. I can give you the name of 100 clients who'd love a piece of Shotton Nest. How do you intend to determine who really sent me? I've got a couple ideas. The engineer smirks. You can try beating the truth out of me. You can try cutting on me. Get creative with the pliers if you like. Every time you hurt me, you'll get a different name. Torture me or don't, it'll all end the same way. I'll be dead, and you'll know nothing for certain, and my clients will move ahead on schedule. Help us out then. If you're already dead, why care about being a snitch? He snorts. I won't give your she-troll the satisfaction. She wants it. That's why she won't get it. Iger's hands bunch into fists. She's still smiling, but you can feel the heat of the hatred behind her eyes. If you don't start telling me what I want to hear in the next 30 seconds, this is gonna get messy. Say nothing. You know, Iger. He takes his time pronouncing his name, savors it. I'd like to tell you a story. We share so much history, you and I. Iger says nothing, but her eyes narrow. The engineer continues, his grin broadening. This is a funny story. It's about your time in the KSK. A story about futility. I can tell you all about how many lives you've touched, and how the syndicates touched them again afterward. Would you like that? There's a long pause. Eventually Iger turns to face you. Neckpuncher, do me a favor and sweep the building for intel. Anything that we might have missed on the way in. Yep, I'm on it. Take good care of our friend here. She shoots you a disgusted glance at your captive. Yeah, don't worry. I will. Let's inspect the barrels. Chemical storage. A light jostle shows they're completely empty. Oh, what are these drones? It looks melted. The cargo container is empty. This generic courier drone has been snapped together out of prefab parts from a dozen different manufacturers. It's a cheap utilitarian thing, remarkable only in that it's so incredibly plain. A half-bright teenager could cobble together something like this in an afternoon. The drone sits in a charging cradle, its turbofan unpowered. A cheerful green light blinks on the front panel to remind you that it's still active. You can see the silhouette of something under the flimsy plastic dome of the drone's cargo compartment. Whatever this thing was here to deliver, it's still carrying it. Pop the lid on the cargo container. You depress the catch on the container's plastic lid. Rather than swinging open, the lid slides back to reveal a touchpad. Looks as though this thing is password locked. Oh, I have intelligence too. I can examine the drone more closely. Taking a closer look, you notice something strange. There's a set of electrical contact plates lining the lip of the drone's cargo compartments. It's a fair bet that this thing is outfitted with an anti-tampering system of some kind. Enter a password. 2924. Let's step back. Iger looks tense, but she's keeping it together for now. Find anything, fearless leader? Not yet, I'm still looking. Well, look harder. We need to figure this thing out. Okay, well fine, be that way. Thought there'd be something about the drone. Hey look, a dead guy. The broken body of a human man lies on the floor. His face is a mess of fresh cuts and congealed blood. His face is oddly deformed. Despite his wounds, his mouth is twisted into a macabre smile. Inspect the body. Judging by the shape of the ganger's head, you'd guess that his skull has been fractured in at least 3 places. The center of his forehead is particularly gruesome. It looks soft, as though the skin were stretched like a tent between shards of broken bone. Looking up, you can see a great smear of gore on the door of the room you found him in. The implications are clear. The man bashed his own head in to get out, and he did it with a smile on his face. His hands are badly broken too. You've seen these sort of injuries after bare-knuckle fistfights, but never anything this severe. This man punched something hard, then went on punching until his hands were reduced to useless slabs of meat. Step away. I don't have enough biotech. I'm not smart. But let's see if there's anything else I can search. While I let this subtle, cool guitar riff go in the background. There's a small ledger lying on top of the crate. The cover is cheap leatherette, and the paper is tissue-thin newsprint. Leaf through. The pages are filled to overflowing with handwritten text. You don't recognize the language, but judging by the accent marks, you guess it's a Scandinavian tongue. While you can't read it, the arrangement of the text tells you that the ledger is primarily being used as an address book. Pocket the book and move on. We got a nice little Thor's hammer here. Let's go smash that drone. There's not much else to do. I'll just smash it. Holding the drone steady with your one hand, you shatter the flimsy plastic that protects the cargo with the other. The reaction is swift and violent. Within the fraction of a second, the air is filled with a loud hissing sound, and the drone erupts in flame. A growing hole in its undercarriage begins to spit out a hail of white-hot sparks. You've seen this kind of reaction before. A thermite charge, no doubt, wired to act as an anti-tampering device. It'll continue to burn through the drone until there's nothing left. Try to grab whatever's in the cargo compartment. You reach into the hole that you smashed in the compartment's lid. The heat is unbearable, and your body is showered with white-hot sparks. Wherever a spark touches you, it burns a neat pinhole through your clothing, and its white-hot lance of pain arcs through your body. In retrospect, this might have not been the best ideas. You manage to pull back your hand out of the drone and stumble back. The drone collapses in on itself, burying whatever it was carrying in a sludge of molten plastic and metal. Foul-smelling smoke pours from the remains. Empty-handed, you have no choice but to walk away. Well, that was a particular failure. As you approach, you can see that the engineer's chest is sheeted with blood. Most of it seems to be streaming from his nose, which has been crushed into a wad of bloody meat. Iger turns to face you. Her bunched fists are dripping red. Find anything? She speaks to you through clenched teeth. Her voice sounds strained, and her cheeks are flushed. Having fun? I'm not doing this for fun. I'm doing because he deserves it. If you knew half of what this bastard has done, if you've heard the things that he just told me, you'd do the same. Fair enough. Just don't get carried away. We need him. She pauses, then turns away. Just tell me what you found. Yes, please. The engineer's voice is thick and wet. He smiles through a set of gore-streaked teeth. Enlighten us. I found this ledger. I don't recognize the language, but it looks Scandinavian. Iger leafs through the journal, quickly flipping the soy calf-stained pages. Norwegian, maybe. I'm thinking this is written in bokmål. She frowns. I can't read it, but it looks like a shipping manifest. Yeah, something like that. There's a lot of addresses in there. She rifles through the pages, flipping the cheap paper with her thumbnail. Looks like addresses all the way through. Some are annotated, but I can't see any names. 2/3 of the way through the book, she stops short. Find something interesting? Wordlessly, she turns the journal around. At the top of the page, written in a different hand, is a single word. It's written in English, but you can understand it all the same. Wednesday. She nods. Yeah, not particularly helpful without a full date, but I guess it's something. Of course, Wednesday might refer to the day of the week. Might not refer to the day of the week at all. Could be a code for something. Taken out of context like this, it's impossible to say. So what do you make of this? This should be good. Iger ignores him. Her gaze remains fixed on the books. On the book. It might be nothing. Or it might mean that he's back in bed with the Lobatchevsky syndicate. The engineer holds his silence. Say nothing. Did you find anything else? We need to be sure about this before moving forward. I found a body in the other room. From the looks of him, he tried to use his head to beat down a steel-reinforced door. Interesting, but not unusual in these parts. There are all kind of drugs that could make a person act that way. Most of them aren't hard to get in a place like Shot Nest. Have you found anything else? There's a courier drone back there, but it's self-destructed. Whatever is carrying went up with it. At the sound of your words, the engineer goes berserk. His eyes bulge, and he thrashes his head back and forth. You fucking imbecile! What have you done? What was that drone carrying, Yuli? It sounds like it was something important. He grinds his teeth. It was mine. But for what it was, you'll never know, slag. Iger looks you in the eye. Desperation hangs over her like a wet blanket. Was there anything else out there, Netcruncher? Any other clues? I don't think so. I gave the building a thorough sweep. She nods. Alright, fair enough. Judging by what you did find, the most likely bet is that Yuli here is working for the Lobatchevsky syndicate. So I guess I'll have to go with that. The engineer smiles. You're wrong, slag. I'll give you that much for free. Iger glances down at him, shakes her head. Oh, shut up, Yuli. In a single smooth motion, Iger draws her knife from its sheath and buries it in the engineer's throat. He lets out a gurgling sound. The noise carries out for a long time. Good riddance. She nods, pulls her knife from his throat. She wipes the dripping blade on the engineer's coat, then slides it back into the sheath. You said it. May he burn in hell. Well, I guess there's nothing left to do but inform the F-State. Well, first we search the body. Who knows? Maybe he has some additional evidence on him, or in him. Could be that he has headwear storage. Won't know until we go digging. Alright, let's get this over with. Time passes. The job is long and unpleasant. Eventually you find something. A hidden compartment in one of the engineer's cyber arms. Deactivated as the cyberware is, it takes some prying to get it open, but Iger leans in and puts some muscle into it. With metallic snapping sound, the compartment yawns open. Iger reaches in and pulls out a cylindrical object about the size of a beer can. She inspects it, and a smile creeps across her face. Does that mean something to you? Yeah, actually, it's a pulse grenade. Last I heard, the Russian military were developing them as crowd dispersal devices, but that was years ago. Looks like Yuli kept a memento of his time in the Spetsnaz. She examines the grenade with a critical eye. Looks like typical Russian engineering. Clunky but functional. If I took this thing apart, I bet I could figure out how they made it. Anything else in there? She dips her hand in the secret compartment one more time. No, not that I can... Without warning, the engineer's cyber arms begin to twitch. His body bucks convulsively while his dead eyes stare straight ahead. Iger snatches her hand back and steps backward. What in the hell? Come on. The engineer's body surges forward, a violent, convulsive motion. His eyes bulge out of his skull, then his chest evaporates in a spray of light. As you watch, the chemical fire that rages from the engineer's body blackens the flesh and spits sparks across the room. It's the same reaction you saw when the drone went up, a thermite reaction. Does the Lobachevsky Syndicate do things like that? Plant those kind of bombs in people? Iger shakes her head. I don't know. I've seen them use cortex bombs and exotic poisons, but never a device like that. Doesn't mean that it isn't them, though. Come on, Neck Puncher. Let's get the hell out of here. We need to tell people about this. Yep. So she'll get, I believe, the Disruption Pulse Grenade. Basically knocks out machines and I think people. It's like an advanced AP grenade. And then the other one, I believe, is just a rifle that's really not that good, because when you upgrade her, you get a better one. The U-Bahn whisks back towards the Kurzbazar, Iger standing by her side. The image of the engineer's body disintegrating in flame replays itself over and over in your mind. The bright flash, the shower of sparks, the overpowering stench of sizzling meat. A blue-green afterimage hangs suspended in the center of your field of vision, and it refuses to be blinked away. From what Iger told you, the engineer was a menace. An international criminal at the top of his game. And as you watched, he was consumed from within by a device that marked him as disposable. The rattle of your U-Bahn car coming to halt shakes you from your reverie. You're home. Well, that was fun. I still have cheap booze on me. I thought I'd get to keep the journal, because I thought you got to keep the journal. Oh. So she can get wired reflexes. Ooh. Or we can get custom sniper rifle, which is actually better than the rifle you'd get. A Ranger Arms SM3, damage 20, capacity 6, armor piercing 2. Yes. Dietrich. Augmented spell. The AoE radius of Dietrich's electric core is increased by 1 tile in all directions. Or it costs 1 AP to cast. Problem is both of these are just as good, but I'll make it 1 so that way he actually can use it. Yes. So you can get Adrenal Pump. It lasts 1 additional round. It gives her haste for 1 extra turn. But this one, Glory can use her Adrenal Pump on a downed ally to revive them at 25% hit point. Shares a cooldown with her regular Adrenal Pump ability. Cooldown 5. That is too good to give up. You can give him Cyberware that increases his move speed. Or you can just get him a non-shit deck. A non-shit deck is the way to go. I don't know why, like, her throwing weapons is just stupid. Well, anyway. I don't have anything for them. I don't know what to do with the cheap booze. Let's see if Lucky Strike wants it. Okay. She doesn't want to talk. Sometimes you can talk to Lucky Strike. She tells you weird things. Now is not that time. Also, let's buy more med stuff. And check to see if Cyberware is updated. Watch, now it'll have updated. Nope. Looks like it's all the same shit. Oh, actually I need to talk to you. I need medical supplies. Ugh. I'll just take 4 med kits. Also, I need to sell all my drugs. I have far too many drugs. Or do I? What the hell? Did I not pick up? Oh, yeah. I didn't pick up the extra drugs, but whatever. It's like 25 new yen. It's not even worth it. What's going on with you, maintenance worker? Hey, buddy. Sorry to bother you, but I could use some help over here. You want to make a little extra scratch? Shouldn't take long. Sure, what's the problem? Well, me and my buddy Victor got called in from the next keys over. Something's wrong with the sewers around here. Your local plumbers and mechanics are all useless. Vic and I talked to him, tried to get him to give us the maintenance schedule for your sewer pumps. They just scratched their head at us, said that the machinery down there just took care of itself. My best guess is that your pumps have shut down. Happens from time to time without proper maintenance. When the pumps shut down, the waste will start piling up and causing some pretty major overflow problems downstream. And what do you want me to do about it? Well, Victor went down the sewers while I was getting stuff out of the truck. When I came back, well, I was about to climb down there and I heard these awful screams. They went on, and then they just stopped. I froze up, nearly shit myself to be honest. I don't know what to do, but I can't go down there. Not after that. The problem is probably something basic. A clog that needs to be cleared, something like that. Restarting the pump should take care of it. But no goddamn way am I going in there. If you do the job for me, I'll give you the new yen we were paid for it. I don't need it. You can have it all. I can live without the money, but someone's got to fix those pumps before I can. Fine, I'll do it. You're a lifesaver, chum. If you find Victor, well, if he's still alive down there, tell him I'm sorry. Alright, let's go to the sewers. Alright. So, yeah. Lucky Strafe is a classy attacker. Their katana sucks. But, look at that. Premium med kits. A bunch of high impact grenades and phosphorus grenades. Pretty good deal. But anyway, we're taking our usual crew. It is weird that Glory is listed as a combat medic, even though she's really, at heart, a street samurai. And Iger is a weapon specialist when she's really just a ranged weapon. I mean, it's weird. They give weird class names to your actual party characters. Also, I think if you take Blitz for this, he just complains. The sewers. A ghostly labyrinth of tunnels and dead-end passageways makes up the network of sewers beneath the Kurzbazar. You climb down the ladder into the shallow underworld and reel at the wave of foul smells that washes over you, clogging your sinuses and saturating your clothing. As your eyes adjust to the light, you find yourself sitting at the edge of a narrow channel of murky gray-green water. The rush of churning water echoes down the tunnel. You catch a flash of motion in your peripheral vision. Something man-sized, moving fast, flitting across the far end of the tunnel. You strain your eyes to see it, but to no avail. The thing is, whatever it is gone. So yeah. There's probably something down here. Why else would it be a mission? Confirm. 2 karma? Oh, fuck off. So this mission is colorful. I'll say that much. These metahuman bones have been picked clean. Oh, I was hungry. Pump status. Pump status has stopped. Analysis, south turbine water flow failed. The south turbine has been deactivated. Steady water flow has stopped. Pump test failed. Alright, well, let's go turn it on then. Oh, well, that's pleasant. Maybe we should go take a look. The corpse has been eviscerated. Its limbs have been torn clean off, and the ribcage is oddly deformed. The tattered shreds of blue maintenance uniform hang loosely off its chest. Search the body. You find a well-worn manual entitled Wartungshandbuch Ausgabe 2042. The book is filled with depictions of turbine and pump cross-sections, tools, descriptions of maintenance procedures. A few bits of the pages have been bookmarked with colorful bits of paper. Let's flip to the yellow bookmark. This page is dominated with a detailed illustration of a turbine cross-section. Scrawled in the margin is the number 822896. Green bookmark? There are some notes written in the margins of this page, but you don't recognize the language. Only one word you can make out is computer, written several times. Pocket the book and leave. Maintenance guy's code. Let everybody get in. Oh, hello. Oh, hello. Haven't seen you guys in a while. Yes, so she has headshot. You lose chance to hit, but it gives a huge critical bonus. Swing and a miss. Double misses. But at least I have this. I can actually get hasted. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. What do you have? Oh, you have a Renraku flashbang. Nice. Nice, both stunned. Alright, Glory. Good. Seriously, Glory? Thank you. Yeah, just do it on a headshot. It'll be a crack shot anyway. At least he's unbalanced. And he's asleep. And on fire. Ugh. Come on, Glory. Come on. You can't hit a sleeping ghoul. Please don't miss. Does a nice amount of AP damage. It's the only reason why I really care about that. Yeah. I figured he'd miss. 20 damage isn't bad. Alright, glory please. Glory please. Thank you. Just keep him asleep for as many turns as possible. Thank you. Also, before we go too much further, we have stuff we have to steal. And a train has to honk. Anything in here? Oh, some hyper. Stole their drugs. If you're ghouls, you probably shouldn't be using drugs. Drugs are bad. Water flow operations control. System initializing. Okay. So, now we have to go, I believe, back here now to let me actually go in. I just want to take care of the ghouls now. Otherwise, you're kind of like running all over the goddamn hell-ass place for everything. Okay, where the hell is the pump? Oh, yeah, over here. I forgot, there's a whole other section down here. A corpse, mangled beyond recognition. Activate the turbine. 822969? No. 822896. Almost. Activate. Turbine whirs to life. Everybody happy now? Well, I guess they're not happy. Alright, Iger, can you snipe either of them? No. Alright, you can hit the one in the back. Haste me. Then we'll put him to sleep. Glory, you come up and put some more hurt on him. Dietrich, I'm gonna need you to not fuck this up. Like this. It's pretty important not to fuck up. Can't. Yeah, I think that's good. Please don't hit me. That's good enough. Problem is I don't know if I'll hit Glory if I roundhouse. Let's see. Yep. Sorry, Glory. My kicks get a little crazy. I mean, I'm supposed to punch next, but in this case, I'm kicking you in the face. Alright, tiger. She's bleeding. Forgot about that. Let's do this. Move up here. Since it only affects allied anyway. Alright. I gotta move back so you can be more accurate, because that makes sense. Ugh, infection. I do appreciate actually being able to attack diagonally. There we go. There we go. Happy, happy. At least the infection's taken care of. Yeah. No, that's just status. Don't be an idiot. We're just running a big circle. That was my goal. Alright, and let me do this real fast. Go. I moved my mouse and I lost where it was. Restart pump 1. Restart pump 2. Blockage detected. Clearing obstruction. Done. Pump restart is completed with success. Running diagnostics. Success. Pump 2 operating within normal parameters. Hey. A shambling mound of ragged flesh stumbles towards you. There's a look of desperation in its eyes. Please don't shoot. The ghoul's breath reeks of rotting meat. We're not like the others. I don't believe you. No, please, listen to me. The ghoul takes another faltering step towards you. The Krieger strain takes a heavier toll on some of us than others. Many of my kin have been driven mad by the virus, but I am still sane. Okay, keep talking. We've lived down here, under the Crispusar, for years. For all that time, this place has provided refuge from the world above. We traded our labor for sustenance, both for ourselves and for our feral brothers, and we survived. But now our food supply has been interrupted, and the feral ones have gone mad with hunger. They're a danger to everyone, even us. You worked for food? Who's feeding you? The doctor, a topsider from your Crispusar. He kept us fed. The contract guaranteed it. Under the terms of our deal, we maintained the pumps that keep the Crispusar's sewage flowing. In return, the doctor gave us medical waste to eat. With proper rationing, we found we could get by on what he gave us. The Decker monitored both sides to ensure our mutual cooperation, but with her death, the doctor has reneged on the deal. Well, I mean, we kill enough people, we could just dump them down here.
Without the food guaranteed by the contract, the feral ones have gone mad. And in their madness, they've made it too dangerous for us to maintain the pumps.
You're the reason why the sewer system took care of itself.
Yes. In truth, we would still work on the pumps even without the doctor's payments. We love our occupation. It helps us feel human.
Well, you aren't, you freak.
But the changes wrought by the Krieger strain require us to eat human flesh. If we don't, we wither and die. Without regular feedings, we will have no choice but to hunt for our food.
Is Decker named Monica by any chance? It nods.
Yes, that was her name.
And by doctor, you mean Dr. Escabel?
Yes, his contributions help keep our community alive. Helped us thrive. But now that the Decker is gone, he has demanded payment for our feedings. We have no money, but he does not care. He tells us that we must find some, or that he will let us starve.
Well, I think I have a solution to your problem. Its milky eyes widen.
Yes, please. Whatever you can do. Our situation is desperate.
I'm gonna have a little talk with Doctor. The ghoul nods.
Yes. Perhaps you can convince him where we could not. We have a comlink provided to us by the Decker. It is a direct link to Dr. Iscabel's office. If you call him, he will answer.
Alright, don't touch me. I already have an infection, and I don't like that. Also, is there anything I can steal from you? No. You're poor, disgusting little flesh eaters. Your little mantis hands. You picked up the Conlink receiver. It's a custom job, cobbled together from a jumble of high-end parts. Reminds you of your mission computer. Monica's handiwork. There's a series of staccato clicks as the connection is made. Dr. Escabel's voice pours in your ears. It's thick with a blend of irritation and insolence. If you're calling to beg me again, you might as well hang up now. I've been bled by you people for too long now. There are plenty of chop shops and organ leggers out there who'd pay good money for. Let me cut you off right there. This is Neck Puncher, Dr. Escabel. Neck Puncher? Escabel tries to hide his surprise in his voice. He doesn't do a very good job. What? What are you doing on this line, my friend? Catching you red-handed. You've got some explaining to do, Doc. Look, Neck Puncher. I don't know what those things have told you, but I am well within my rights to charge for that material. You have never paid me a thing for my... They've never paid me a thing for my services, and... Yeah, cut the shit, Doc. We both know what they've been doing for the Kurtz Bazaar. Yes, for the Kurtz Bazaar, not for me. Why should I continue to give them valuable material for free when... Yeah, I'm gonna make this easy for you. If you don't feed these ghouls, I'm gonna feed you to them. Escabel's voice goes ice cold. It's never a good idea to threaten your doctor, Neck Puncher. You never know what might happen next time you're lying on the operating table. If anything happened to me on your table, the rest of my team would come looking for you. Ah, yes, there is that. There's a long pause. Finally you hear a sigh. When Escabel speaks again, his voice is heavy with resignation. Tell your friends I've changed my mind. Their feedings will resume directly, at no additional cost. There's a click and he disconnects the line. Well, there you go. I fed you, stupid ghouls. I would just punch your necks, but I'd rather not have people actually fix the sewers. That costs money. Especially when you could have you guys basically slave for it for a few fingers and toes. Yeah, I've spoken to Escabel. You can expect your regular scheduled feedings to start up again any day now. Plus, you never know if you need to get rid of a body. I mean, really, think about it.
Thank you so much, Topsider. This means more to us than you can know.
Don't worry. Seriously, we could drag like a... Why just go to him? I mean, seriously. We're like a body-making factory.
Went on a mission, grabbed some arms, some legs. No big deal. Better than burying your dead. Just throw them down in the pit with the zombies. The fresh air of the Kritzbazaar is a welcome relief after the time in the sewers. A cool breeze drifts across the street, carrying with it the smells of food being prepared, cheap alcohol being poured, and fires being lit against the cold. The stench of the sewers, however, still lingers in your nose, a bad olfactory aftertaste. At least the pumps are working again. Sewage overflowing the streets would certainly smell far worse. I think you gained like 3 karma? 4 karma? Yeah. Drek, finally. I was worried you wouldn't come back either. So tell me what happened. Everything okay? It's taken care of. You can leave after you give me my money. What about Victor? Yeah, your friend isn't coming. Sorry. Christ. Poor Vic. I don't know how to tell his folks. Real close-knit family they were. Item maintenance manual. I found this on his body. Maybe you could give it to them. Hey, thanks. He turns the manual over in his hands, rubs his thumb over the careworn paper cover. They'll appreciate it. Here's the money I promised you. Hey, look at that. 10 karma. So that's like 1 upgrade. So let's put that up. Because we technically have 1 extra body point, so. Anything new with you, Cammy? Or are you still doing the same thing? Actually, you know what? I can't do Cammy's thing, so it won't matter. You can talk to her a little bit about the past, but I don't think I can do the whole mission. Ooh, hold on. Ugh. I hate that when you cough and then you have to sneeze after you've coughed. Well, it's the worst. I feel like my head popped. Okay, yeah, Blitz won't say anything. Alright, well, let's go do Glory's mission. And hopefully not fail it 8 or 9 times. Also, alright, let's have a quick talk with Iger. Iger welcomes you with a nod. Neck puncher? What can I do for you? We should talk about what happened with the engineer. She nods. Agreed. I'm ready to go over it if you are. We found some evidence that suggests that the Lobachevsky syndicate, that it was the Lobachevsky syndicate, but nothing concrete. That worries me. Yeah, she nods. I'm worried too. Hey, you said you could reverse engineer that pulse grenade you pulled from the engineer. Any luck with that? Yeah, actually, it wasn't too difficult to pull the thing apart and see what made it tick. She smiles. Making one of my own was a different story, but I got it in the end. She reaches into her desk and grabs a cylindrical object. Gently, she lifts it up and hands it to you. Meet my newest addition to my arsenal. I call it the voltaic grenade. It's based on the same principles as my Russian pulse grenade, but with a few tweaks of my own. Nice. You said that these were designed for crowd control? Originally, yeah. Mine is a lot more bite, though. I bumped up the amperage quite a bit. And when that thing goes off, it'll shut down the nervous system and cook the organs of anyone in the blast radius.
hands the grenade back. Sounds nasty. She nods and tucks the weapon back into her desk. It is. You wouldn't want to be on the wrong end of one of these. For now, I've only managed to make one voltaic grenade. They aren't the easiest thing in the world to manufacture, or the cheapest. She nods thoughtfully. But I should be able to scrounge up enough raw materials to put a new one together between each run. Yeah, sounds good to me. Can we talk about something else? Have you been able to do any digging since we got back? I've been keeping my ears open. Haven't heard anything definite, though. Now, based on what I found in that warehouse, I do think that the Lobachevskis are the most likely suspects in this. Yuli'd worked for them before, and I could see them trying to roll over Schottenest. Use Occam's razor, it's probably them. You're right. We've got too much to worry about already. Second-guessing ourselves isn't going to help much. She crosses her arms over her chest and nods. My thoughts exactly. And if it turns out we were wrong, well, we'll just have to burn that bridge when we get there. Can't do anything about it now. Now, is there something else you wanted to ask me about the run? If you have any other concerns, I want to hear them. Yeah, that's all. Thanks for the talk. Thank you, fearless leader. Both for the chat and the assistance on the run. Is there anything else you wanted to talk about? Nothing right now. Anyway, let's go do glories. Because I don't think we have any other optional missions or anything else we can do right now. Let's go take care of Harrow. We've already designated out that it's not about saving the kids, it's about killing the evil. Alright, let's go, Glory. Feuerstelle. The drive from the Crispasar to the Schonbuch forest was a long one. For over 6 hours you and Glory rode in relative silence, with only the sounds of the roads for company. Really? Now you find yourself crouching in the woods, watching, waiting. Off in the distance, the rustic exterior of Feuerstelle looks curiously warm and inviting, but you know what's waiting inside. The anticipation churns at your guts like a living thing. Eventually a van pulls out of the compound's driveway and rolls out along a service road before disappearing from view. Glory gives you a nod and begins to scramble forward. Harrow has left the building. It's time for you to make your way inside. And I'm going to roll a cigarette because I'm like, right now, and that will help. So, I'll be right back. Also, I can say it's officially spring here because my allergies are going crazy. Going buck wild. Alright, I need to move this. There we go. The weathered edifice of Feuerstelle looms above you, dark and sinister in the chill night air. Despite the horrifying stories that Glory told you about this place, something about it feels strangely comforting. In the back of your mind, insidious voices whisper that you could stay here forever. Do you feel it? The lore of this place? Glory gestures with a limb of chrome and steel. When I was a kid, when I was whole, the pull was irresistible. Yeah, I feel it. Doesn't change what we have to do. No. Jesus. Excuse me. No, it doesn't. She looks at you. Her eyes are dark. When she speaks again, her voice is quiet but steady. You're going to see some terrible things in this place, Neckpuncher. Fear still exists to prey on the young, and we're going to have to come face to face with that. Are you sure that you're prepared for this? There we go. Much better. Yep. Don't worry about me. I'm solid. She studies your face a moment longer, then looks away. Good. You want to compare notes to make sure that we're both on the same page? She nods. We take Harrow out of commission. You were right when you said we couldn't afford to let him live, even if we completely destroyed this place. It'd be all for nothing if he got away. He'd just start another cult somewhere else. Alright. This is your run, Glory. I'm just here to help you see it through, so what do we do first? We make our way inside and take out the shrine that Harrow uses as his power focus. We can't touch him while that thing is standing, but after we bring it down, he'll be vulnerable. Okay, so we need to break a statue. Alright, got it. Keep it going. Also, this track, music track, is outstanding. You'll barely be able to hear it, because I think they only use like a minute of it. But it's probably a minute long enough for YouTube to flag me. It's not that simple. Physically destroying the shrine won't help. Harrow bound a malevolent entity, a toxic spirit, into the stone. That's where the power comes from, and that's what we're going to have to deal with. In many ways, it is the heart of this place. We can't touch Harrow while the shrine is intact. If we try, he'll siphon enough power from it to slaughter us where we stand. But if we confront the shrine and kill the spirit, the astral backlash from its death will cripple him. All we'll have to do is finish him off. Kill the spirit, cripple Harrow, then take him down. Got it. Let's move. She nods, and the razors flick out of her fingertips. I'm with you. Let's do it. Simple enough. Personally, I just barricade all the doors and light the place on fire, but that works. The doorway shimmers with a faint red light. As you approach the door, you can feel a squirming sensation in the back of your skull. Your limbs begin to tingle, then feel heavy. The closer you get to the doorway, the more of a struggle it is to continue moving forward. Feel as though the strength is being siphoned from your body. Step back. As you step away from the door, the crawling sensation gradually recedes. A moment later, strength returns to your limbs. Glory stares into the light, frowning. The shrine room is just through there, but this barrier wasn't here before. Harrow must have warded the doorway after I ran. How do we get through? The ward is like a lock. There must be a key. Back when I helped Harrow run this place, he and I were the only ones allowed in the shrine room. So we will look for whoever has taken my place. That's where the key will be. And how will we know who that is? It'll be a girl. Harrow would never take a male as his second. He wouldn't want the competition. And her hair will be fire red. It's sort of an insignia of rank within the cult. A girl with red hair. Got it. I believe it's this door? Ooh, free stuff. Send to the stash. Oh, this is the bathroom. Hoops-a-doodle. Oh, let's loot the fridge. As you open the refrigerator door, a whiff of ammonia sticks to your nostrils. Watery light glints off the door's polished interior. The fridge is stacked full of large plastic bins, all tightly sealed and neatly labeled. It's hard to tell through the opaque plastic, but they appear to be full of meat. Let's inspect the containers. You pop the lid off the container and take a closer look. The first thing that hits you is the smell. The meat in here is beyond rancid. White mold frosts the side of the bin, and it's all you can do to keep from gagging. As you rush to put the lid back on, you recognize a familiar shape in the rotten meat. A mangled human hand. Is this what I think it is? Glory's voice is flat. Ritual supplies. The adversary prefers them aged. Harrow teaches all of the initiates how to do it. How to harvest the meat, how to store it, how to label it. Nobody likes doing it at first. But you learn. By the end, it doesn't even bother you anymore. Yeah, I get the picture. I warned you that you'd see things you didn't want to in here. You weren't lying. She turns away from you. Come on, let's keep moving. Oh, Glory. What about door number 3? This is the Initiate's dorm room. The new arrivals are brought here. There's still hope for these kids, Neckpuncher. Harrow hasn't had a chance to ruin them yet. Then we need to stop him before he can. Glory raises a hand, suddenly alert. Wait, listen. Movement in the other room. Listen closely. You strain your ears to listen. Soft voices from inside the room come drifting out of a nearby vent. You hear a female woman's voice. The sound is crisp, smooth, and sweet. It instantly puts you at ease. Calm down now, dear. It's probably nothing. No need to worry yourself. We're so far off the beaten track, we don't get a lot of visitors. At the corner of your eye, you can see Glory's back stiffen. She flinches as though she's been stung. Another voice, high-pitched and pleading, an adolescent boy. But what if it is someone? What if the bad people have found us? What if they followed me here, and they've come to... The female voice cuts in, soft and comforting. Well then, we'll send them away. You're perfectly safe here. You have to believe that. Don't worry, dear heart. Harrow won't let anyone hurt you. Not here. Not this place. Not ever again. You hear another boy's voice. This one's deeper. Are you certain, Marta? Be positive. Positive. Be calm, all of you. As long as you're here with us, nothing bad will ever happen to you. Is this your Marta, Glory? She gives a curt nod. Not mine. Harrow's. But she's the Marta from my story, yes. What do you want to do? Glory pauses, grits her teeth. Finally, she spits out an answer. If she's still here, she'll be Harrow's #1. My old position. He had his way with all of us, but he was always sweet on Marta. That means she'll have a key to the shrine room. In that case, we're going to have to find a way to get it from her. Yes, but not here. Not now. Those kids in there, they'd all die for her. They already love her. That's what she does. We can't risk confronting her in that room. If the situation turns ugly, any one of those kids will happily eat a bullet for her. And that's not what I came here to do. We came here to kill Harrow, and she's in the way of us doing that. Yes, she is. But we deal with her later. I won't hurt any more kids voluntarily. Marta's voice floated back through the vent. Hush now, boys, and get some rest. You've got a big day tomorrow, the biggest day of your lives. You get to meet Harrow. I promise you, after you speak with him, you'll see the whole world in a different way. A better way. The adolescent voice trembles out of response. All right, Marta, have a good night. A lovely musical laugh pours through the vent. You too, dear heart. All of you. You hear the distant sound of a door sliding shut. Glory takes a deep breath and releases it. The coast is clear. We can handle the initiates. They're just a bunch of scared kids. Without Marta there to egg them on, they won't try anything. All right. Well, no time like the present. The initiate closest to the door whips his head up to look at you. He takes a stutter step backward in alarm. He opens his mouth to cry for help. You don't want to do that. Glory looks deep in the initiate's eyes, transfixing him. We're not here to hurt you. Yeah. We're friends of Harrow's. Don't bother calling Marta out here. We're just going in there to have a word with her. The initiate eyes you nervously. His gaze flits to Glory, then falls to her cyber limbs. He swallows. Yeah. Yeah, okay. He takes a step back. You do that. Oh, we can talk to her. The initiate by the door is staring at Glory's limbs, her eyes wide. She's a mousy little thing, probably somewhere in the vicinity of 17 years old, with purple contact lenses and a shock of blue hair. She glances up at Glory, blinking. You used to live here, didn't you? I've seen your picture before. Glory's expression remains neutral. Really? I think so. I didn't look at it long. It was in the room that I wasn't supposed to be in. I'm pretty sure that was you. It probably was. You're right. I did live here, a long time ago. I was like you back then, a scared kid, brought here by Marta for a chance at new life. I like Marta. She's so nice. I always feel safe when I'm with her. Most adults aren't like that. They either don't notice you, or they do for the wrong reasons. But Marta, she cares about us. There's a long pause. Then the initiate looks at you. Screwing up her courage, she speaks. Can I ask you a question? Go ahead, ask away. Well, I overheard Marta talking with Mr. Harrow yesterday. I think that they were talking about our meeting with him, the one that Marta was just telling us about, where we'll learn to see the world in a different way. Go on. Well, I couldn't really hear the whole conversation. It was all muffled. But what I could hear was kind of weird. Mr. Harrow said some stuff about a shrine, then it sounded like he changed the subject, because he started talking about dinner. Something about chopping up meat? Well, Marta got real upset. Said they're too new, they're not ready. Make the older ones do it. Stuff like that. But then Mr. Harrow said some other things, and then she calmed down again. When she left, she was smiling. And so, I was just wondering, do you know what they were talking about? I want to make sure that Marta is okay, but I can't ask her about it because I don't want her to find out that I was eavesdropping. I think that I know what Harrow has planned for you. Have you ever opened the fridge in the other room? No. Why? Is that where we're going to make dinner? Glory cuts in. Her voice is gentle. I wouldn't worry about it. We'll make sure that Marta is okay. All right, but don't tell her that I told you, please? Don't worry, we won't. How long have you been here, by the way? Almost a week. She shuffles her feet. Eventually, she looks up with a small smile. It's wonderful. Of course it is. So much nicer than living on the street, isn't it? Glory's face is kind, but her tone is one of incredible sorrow. You be good, sweetie. Don't you worry. We'll take care of Marta. The girl smiles sheepishly and steps back. As you pass by her on your way to the door, Glory shoots you a sidelong glance. It's like I thought. Things have changed in the past few years. How so? Back when I lived here, Harrow would never let such a fresh convert prepare a sacrifice. He'd wait until she was in so deep, until she felt so indebted to him, that she couldn't turn tail and run. It was a rule. You let newcomers get settled for a month, maybe 2, before teaching them the more unsavory aspects of cult life. Even then, you'd start them off slow. Their lessons would use pork or chicken, never human meat. That didn't come till much later. Indoctrinating a new recruit after a week is risky as hell, and he would have never done it when I lived here. Maybe he's getting cocky. Maybe.
Or maybe he knows for a fact that they won't run away. The shrine's influence won't let them. Either way, it's a sign of something. Haro is getting lazy, letting his captive spirit do the heavy lifting for him. So what does this mean for us? I'm still working on that, but I don't think that the shrine is just a tool for Haro anymore. I think that he relies on it. He's using it as a crutch. She cocks her head slightly, a thoughtful expression on her face. I used to think he'd let himself become dependent on the damn thing. Good. If the bastard is going soft, it should be that much easier for us to take him down. She nods, a fierce look in her eye. On that, we are agreed. Marta is just on the other side of this door. However this goes, we're going to have to move quickly afterward. If she dies, Haro will know it, and I don't trust her to keep her mouth shut if she lives. So we take the key to the shrine room, break through the ward, and confront the spirit. Are we clear on that? Yep, Crystal, let's do this. The woman in the room is lovely. Full lips contrast artfully with her fine elvish features, and a tumble of fire-red hair spills down over her shoulders. Beyond her physical beauty, there's something inherently approachable about her. She exudes an almost palpable aura of kindness and warmth. Marta, Glory's old lover, the lure that Haro used to draw her, and so many others, to Furishtel. She looks up with a start at the sound of your approach. Her eyes go wide at the sight of Glory. As she takes in her cyberware, her mouth falls open in horror. Glory? Yes, Marta, it's me. It's been a long time. It has. Marta swallows. The horrified look hasn't left her face. Glory, what have you done to yourself? What I had to do. I got out, Marta. This is the only way. Oh, Glory. All at once, the horror on Marta's face is replaced with an expression of profound sorrow. I am so, so sorry. Marta steps forward, her arms extended to wrap Glory in a hug. All at once, something in Glory's face changes. Her skin goes from pale to pallid. Her breath becomes ragged. She takes a step back and raises her claws into a defensive posture. Her voice frosts over with cold rage. Don't you touch me. You're one of Haro's creatures. You always were. Marta stopped short. One of his creatures, Glory? What are you talking about? I'm gonna say nothing. You know as well as I do. You worship that monster. You seduced me to coming here so that I would worship him. If you hadn't found me, if you hadn't baited me, none of this would have happened. None of what? I haven't done anything. If you just left me where you found me, I would never have hurt anybody. My mother would still be alive. I never would have sold my soul to that abomination you all worship, and I wouldn't have had to sacrifice my own body to escape from it. This place took everything from me, and it all started with you. She genuinely looks hurt. Haro and I rescued you from a life on the street. A beautiful girl, homeless, penniless, living in a gutter. I pulled you away from all that. I saved you. There's a long pause. Glory stares into Marta's eyes, her expression unreadable. I don't feel much anymore, Marta. Most of the time I'm completely numb. But for you I can make an exception. I hate you. I'm sorry you feel that way, Glory. For my part, I still love you. The razors flick out of Glory's fingertips. Her lips curls into a snarl. Another lie. The last one you'll ever tell. Go to it, Glory. Don't let me stand in your way. You couldn't if you tried. I probably could, although the knife hand razors are probably pretty big way of saying I can't. Glory begins to stalk towards Marta's position. All right, Glory. I didn't want this, but you win. Her hands begin to glow. Let me show you what our husband has taught me since you disappeared. Oh, that was a big mistake. There you go. I'll knock her out for you.
knocked her out in one turn. Glory stands, staring at the red ruin of Marta's body. Her eyes flit down her claws. An expression of growing horror creeps across her face. You okay, Glory? It takes her a long time to respond. Her voice is choked with long, dormant emotion. No. No, I'm not. Yeah. Get your game face back on. We still have horrors trying to deal with. She snarls out an answer. Her face is flush red. Yes, I know. Back down. And give me a moment. To your astonishment, you see her eyes are welling with tears. Glory. All at once, the blood drains from her cheeks. She wipes the water from her eyes with a cold metal hand. Save the consolation speech. I'm over it. Her voice is frigid. Dead. She nods in the direction of the shrine room door. This is what we came here for. Let's go finish this. She doesn't have any other cool stuff to take. I mean, she's got a pretty nice room here. Oh, we could talk to you.
You monster! You killed Marta!
It couldn't be helped.
Harrow's gonna get you. You'll see.
Uh-huh. Well, we'll see. Let's go pee on a shrine. Glory, why are you casually walking? You should be running. Yeah, there you go. I guess she was pinned up against the wall or something. There's really not much else to find in here. As you step forward, the scintillating red light that streams from the doorway flickers and dies. There's a strange lurching sensation in your gut, but it clears almost instantly. The door swings open with a touch. That seems to have done it. Glory nods and reaches into her satchel. Her hand comes back out, clutching a small jar. I'm going to put a smear of this on your forehead. It's a sort of alchemical balm. Her voice goes quiet. Harrow taught me how to make it. She unscrews the cap from the jar, revealing a pale white ointment. The surface glitters strangely in the dim light. If you ever wondered where my share of the take from our jobs has gone, this is the answer. Powdered orichalcum isn't cheap. Sure it isn't. Where do you even find a supplier? The talismonger, Algernon, hooked me up with a contact in his Trollkongreich Schwarzwald. Fucking German in their words. Words too long, Germany. His prices are high, but considering the rarity of the material, they're fair. Thankfully, I don't need that much of it to make the bomb. She dips a metallic fingertip in the jar and begins to stir. The boundaries between the material world and the astral plane are weak here. This stuff acts as sort of a lens. It focuses your perception, makes the haze real. She applies a smear of ointment to her forehead. It looks like a glob of glittering white paint. With this, we can deal with the spirit on its own level. Sounds like a plan to me. She dips her finger back into the balm and traces it down your forehead. The ointment feels cool and oily on your skin. That's good, because we don't have another one. She fishes in her bag a second time and pulls out a pair of silver necklaces. A rune-inscribed pendant dangles from each. This will protect your astral self from spiritual possession. Don't take it off while we're dealing with the shrine, whatever you do. Put on the pendant. Got it. Glory puts on her own pendant. The necklace glitters slightly against her pale skin. I don't know what's going to happen when we step into that room, Neckpuncher. We're playing with forces outside of our control. Are you ready to do this? I'll manage. There's a long pause before she speaks again. When she does, her voice sounds strained. At the very beginning of this thing, we both agreed that Harrow needs to die. I still want that. I want to bury my claws in his belly and pull his entrails out for what he did to me, and to all the other kids like me. But from what I've seen here tonight, I suspect that Harrow isn't the real power here anymore. Yeah. It's only a matter of time before, the adversary would just find another one that's less
cocky and demands less. Or just to betray him for the shit of it. Explain. I think that when Harrow started using his shrine, he handed the spirit trapped inside of it the keys to the kingdom. The bastard might think he's in charge here, but he isn't. Not anymore. He's a servant, just like everybody else. The only difference is he doesn't know it. So what? So we don't need to kill Harrow to put an end to this. I don't think that he'll be much of a threat on his own. Not anymore. If we can manage to purify the spirit rather than kill it, it'll withdraw from the cultist minds willingly. We can save them. I think that if we purify the spirit, Feuerstel will die. We'll save all of the kids and the nightmare will end. Oh yeah, if you feel strongly about it, we could shift our focus to rescuing kids instead. This is your run, Glory. I'm just here to help. She breathes a sigh of relief. Thank you, Neck Puncher. I'd hate to do the wrong thing here. Let's put an end to all this. We heal the spirit, then the cultists. We send Harrow running and shut this place down. That's the plan. Let's do it. Because, yep, all I have to do is get to the shrine and make sure Glory doesn't die. What a lovely room of death. As you approach the shrine, a chorus of high, sibilant voices fill the air. The sound is light and airy, but something about it fills you with a bone-deep dread. Welcome home, Glory. Glory's eyes go wide. She opens her mouth to speak, but no sound escapes her. Glory, what? Something slams into you. A wave of intangible force turns your consciousness inside out and sends shockwaves reverberating through your mind. The world lurches and everything goes black. Yeah, the spirit's a little upset. Slowly you begin to stir. Murky, flickering impressions invade the oily stillness of your unconscious mind. The sensations come in waves, washing up over you and jerking you back towards consciousness. You smell acrid smoke and burning meat. The roar of distant flames whispers in your ears. You see eyes flutter open. A dull red glare fills your vision. As you attempt to struggle to your feet, you become dimly aware that the gravity here feels wrong. Everything is heavier than it should be. Slowly the waves grow still and your senses calm. You find yourself staring into an infinite horizon. The blasted ruins of Feuerstel stretch out in all directions, as far as the eye can see. Holy shit. Warily, she surveys the surroundings. I'd say that's an understatement. Where the hell are we? I can't say for certain, but there's one thing that I am sure of. Whatever this place is, the adversary holds sway here. Oh, so we find this plate, whatever it is, and we're going to find that spirit, right? Yes, it'll be here, somewhere. Yeah, this is the only part that's like, Only because this battle sucks. As you step forward, you find yourself gagging. Okay, why is my vape leaking like crazy? Drive me nuts. This room is saturated with a slaughterhouse smell. Smell like blood and bile and feces. The stench of an abattoir. Up ahead, you catch sight of something sliding into the world. It looks like a charred man with a pair of tortured faces where its shoulder should be. The thing burns like a Roman candle, spitting white-hot sparks in a fiery plume. An oily substance runs down between its dangling legs and spatters onto the floor. Where those drips land, they burn. Behind the creature, a second thing lumbers into view. A wall of muscle, sinew, and burning pitch. The thing lurches toward you, leaving a trail of greasy smoke in their wake. Oh, good. Miss. Alright, first off, Glory, inject thyself. around. I figured you'd miss. Oh my god, that was a miss and a half. That was a throw. Good. Missed again. Yeah, so you can't knock their AP down. I love the music here. It's so good. I think this one you can knock his AP down. Nope. Good. He's already about to die. Ugh. Oh my god, Jesus Christ. 20 damage to me? There we go. Actually, what are my actual hit points? Oh. I got restored. Good thing. Yeah, so there's a few of these guys. Oh, I can get up and hit him. Ugh. Alright. Yeah, you can't really get up and hit anything. I think this one might be a little better. I don't think this will hit both of them. No, it'll hit the one. Nice crit damage, though. How many people can punch a fire elemental? Oh, come on, Glory. Glory. Oh. Oh, yes. Don't move. Oh, yes. Hopefully this doesn't hit Glory. Ah, shit. It will. Oops. Let's not do that, shall we? Because I think this will... Yeah, that'll hit me as well. Go ahead and heal yourself. The double hits are nice because it's essentially permanent damage. You'd have to use like a med kit to actually full restore yourself. Good. And both of us should be healed to full again. Come on, Glory. Glory, yeah, why are you so far away? And here it comes. Let's check our hit points. 95, 75, good. Yeah, come on, Glory. Stay close. I don't want you to be, like, super far behind. The thing hovering before you is hideous. Its broad chest is jacketed in scale-like patches of burning coal, and its many sets of antlers shimmering with heat. It smells like a barn fire, wood smoke, burning fur, and blackened bodies. The spirit inclines its head towards Glory and spread its arms in welcome. Glory, welcome, child. It speaks in a chorus of clear, lilting voices. You don't hear them so much as feel them. The sensation is strange.
like hundreds of butterflies fluttering in your chest.
What a pleasure to see you again.
Glory steps forward, trepidation on her face. Standing before the towering form of the spirit, she looks frail and small. She takes a deep breath, steels herself, and speaks. I know what you were, spirit. Before the adversary twisted you, Harrow bound you into this rock. She drops a hand to the satchel at her side. I can help you be that again. All you need to do is let me. The spirit chuckles, a strange warbling sound that sends shivers down your spine.
We are not in need of help. We are our great master's servant, just as Harrow is. Just as you are, despite your misguided attempt to cut away his love from your heart.
The voice in your head softens, becomes sad, but the fluttering in your chest turns ugly, like the buzzing of wings of a swarm of blowflies.
You have mangled yourself beyond repair. You did to spite him. He who is your greatest benefactor. You betrayed him, child, but he loves you all the same.
The adversary sounds like a pretty reasonable guy. Cut the shit, spirit. We know that your master's love does to people. Slowly, terribly, the spirit begins to turn. You can hear the crack and pop of splintering vertebrae as its enormous head shifts on its shoulders. It fixes its cavernous gaze on you.
Your friend, this outsider, slanders our great master, but we take no offense. His words are like the babble of a newborn babe. He is ignorant of the truth.
The spirit inclines his head towards you.
If the noise continues, we will teach him, and the babble will cease.
I highly doubt that. I think I'm going to punch you in your neck. Glory shoots you a sidelong glance. She mouths out a word. Don't.
I have a message for you from our great master. He has a gift for you, a peace offering, one that he offers freely, a sign of his continued affection for you. He knows that you desire his servant's destruction. As a symbol of his love, he will grant you the power to bring an end to Harrow. He knows that you wish to free the children of Furestel. As a sign of his compassion, he will help you set them free. You can have everything that you want, child. All this and more.
Let's remain silent. That's a nice pitch, spirit, but you neglected to mention the price. I need something to drink. Soothing. The spirit leans towards her, clasping its hands.
This will cost you nothing. A simple gesture, a trifle, a good show of faith. If you demonstrate your love for him, he will reward you beyond your wildest dreams. Remove the protective ward from your neck, and his gift is yours for the taking. Yours forevermore.
Say nothing. Gloria cranes her neck to look up at the reeking, cadaverous thing that looms over her. I had my own limbs hacked off to get away from the adversary. I paid somebody to do it. That's how badly I wanted to be free of your great master. Your offer is as pathetic as it is predictable. To be frank, I'm disappointed in you. The barn fire stench of the spirit thickens, and its antlers glow white. The heat radiating from the thing is like an oven, a kiln, a blast furnace.
If you rebuke our great master a second time, I will chew what's left of you into mulch. The marrow from your bones will nourish the garden. I promise you this, child. I promise it.
I have a better idea. She dips her hand into her satchel and produces a ceremonial dagger. The blade shimmers eerily in the light. We're going to purify you, spirit. And after we've finished, you'll help us rescue those kids. The spirit cackles.
Very well, child. If pain is what you seek, we will bring it to you.
Beneath its leathery skin, the thing's bones begin to shift, straining against the ligaments and tendons that bind them. A hideous cracking sound fills the air as its skeleton splinters and pops. As you watch, the spirit's body begins to rupture. Great lesions open up on the creature's chest and back. Its ribcage cracks from some horrible internal pressure. The spirit's chest heaves and a foul liquid pours, then rips in its flesh. A flash of light stabs in your eyes, and then your vision clears. You find 3 identical spirits floating before you.
Death comes in many forms, child.
The fluttering sensation in your chest grows to a rasping pain that steals the breath from your lungs. It feels like you're being eaten alive.
Yours will be swift and brutal.
Okay. So, I think... No. I thought she had some other thing to do. But I guess not. I guess in all options, it just always ends in a fight. Swing and a miss. Nice. Yeah, also they teleport around, which is incredibly annoying. Yeah, 3 damage is not so bad. A figure materializes out of shadow. The form is wispy and insubstantial, a projection of a man, distorted by distance. His silhouette ripples like a flag in the wind. Through the haze you can see his face. He is more beautiful than handsome, with sculpted features and an unnatural youthful complexion. His expression is sad. Haro. Glory. His voice is deep but faint, and marred by echoes. It sounds as if he's shouting from the far end of a long tunnel. You shouldn't have come here. I was content to let you live out your life in peace. I've come to put an end to this place, Haro. This place, and your pathetic, sickening cult. I don't want to kill you, Glory, and I won't unless you force my hand. The flickering silhouette spreads its arms wide. Ask for my protection, and I will usher you out of this place. You can leave Firstel in peace. If you ask me politely, I might even let your friend leave with you. I won't abandon your victims here, Haro. Not again. I'm going to burn this place to the ground. My only regret is that you aren't here in person to burn with it. The projection of Haro sighs. A fight, then. Very well. The air all around him begins to pulse with scintillating bursts of color. His rippling, transparent form glows with heat from within. You brought this upon yourself. So yeah, you can pretty much just knock out Haro if you really want. But I'd rather punch these spirits in the neck. Let's do this. Oh, 0 AP there. Yeah, they have quite a lot of hit points. The only good part is there's no, like, unconscious or paralyzed or anything. However, deflect damage is pretty obnoxious. Ugh, Glory, come on. Basically, some of them are real and some of them are fake. Ugh. Stop hitting me with this minimalistic damage shit. I mean, I guess I could go over there and... Nice. Probably be able to kill it without killing Haro. Basically what you need to do is you need to destroy these, and normally the spell drops because it only lasts so long. And this will reflect damage, so it won't be so nice. Shouldn't do AP damage to him. Okay, so it's down. Hopefully Hera... I think Hera has like a 3-turn cooldown before he can use it again. Oh, apparently not. Doesn't matter, they're barely doing any damage to me, so... Oh, that hurt a little bit. Okay. You know what, Harrow? I think he's in range, so now I can do it. I want to do it without knocking him out, but... It's pretty much dead anyway. But I love how these guys do like 5 and 6 damage is like their crit. The previous one they were doing like 22. Alright. Time to use your adrenal pump. Weakened, the spirit's form flickers and sparks. The burning coals that cling to its body fall off in clumps, and its searing antlers begin to cool. The chorus of lilting voices warbles and shrieks as its body transmogrifies into something else. Through the haze, you can see Harrow's eyes go wide. At once, his rippling silhouette begins to fade back into the shadows whence it came. His body becomes insubstantial. Go ahead and run, you fucking coward. Run back to the real world, and whatever hole you crawled out of, we'll catch you. Shadows in the shape of a man smile back at you. The distance in his voice has increased. It sounds like he's shouting from miles away. I don't think so. You don't even know where the real me is, Glory. Oh, don't worry. We'll find you. We're good at that sort of thing. The projection flashes you a condescending grin. Believe whatever you like, fool. It won't do you any good. Years from now, I'll still be doing what I do, and you will have accomplished nothing. Go ahead, Harrow. Try and set up another cult. You won't get far before I hunt you down. The projection chuckles. The sound is thin and hollow. You know better than that. But nothing makes me happier than the sound of you lying to yourself. Goodbye, Glory. The shadow slowly dissipates, and Harrow is gone. Run, coward. Run far. Far away. We'll find you. Glory continues staring for a long moment at the spot where the projection of Harrow vanished. Her expression is unreadable. Slowly she turns away. The spirit's writhing form continues its transformation. Twisted claws buckle, break, and reform. Charred bones begin to heal. The barnfire stench of it slowly dies away, replaced by an array of more pleasant smells. Oak and pine and mineral oil, rustic feasts and mulled wine. As it cools, the spirit raises its head. Its body is as shaky as a newborn foal's. What has happened to us? What have we done? I'll let Glory handle it. What have you done? Terrible things, spirit. Loathsome, unforgivable things. You have corrupted children, turned them into killers. You've been a party to violence, torture, and the desecration of corpses. You've created monsters. The spirit cringes, shaking its great head from side to side. It doesn't speak, but a low rumbling sound emanates from somewhere deep in its chest. Unpleasant to think about, isn't it? But you have to, spirit. You can't run from what you've done. Your actions are a part of you, whether you like it or not. The rumbling sound turns into a tormented howl. The noise conjures images of mourning mothers and caged animals, screeching orphans and dying men. It is a sound of pure, unmitigated despair. Glory takes a step toward the giant creature.
Listen to me, spirit. I need your help. We're here to rescue the cultists of Feuerstel, the street kids whose minds you touched. We're getting them out of here before the adversary can do to them what it did to you. The spirit stares at Glory for a long moment. Finally, it dips its head in a nod. Yes, I will help you. There's no time like the present. Get to it. We have already done so. The cultists of Feuerstel are themselves again. The spirit bows its head. We wish to do more. We have much to atone for, as you said. Go ahead. We won't stop you. No, but the stone will. We are still bound to the shrine, anchored here. We can do nothing without your help. Tell us what you need us to do. We need an appropriate vessel to carry us out of the rock. Something touched by magic, but more dead than alive. It dips its head. Do you have anything like that that can help us? Gingerly, she reaches up and wraps a hand around the protective board that hangs around her neck. Yes, I think that I do. Say nothing. With a single motion, she snaps the chain. The pendant falls to the floor. You could have just taken it off instead of ruining it. The heart of Feuerstel lowers its eyeless head, then traces an elaborate gesture into the air. A warm glow envelops it, and a similar glow spills from Glory. There is a bright flash, and the spirit is gone. Glory, are you okay? Slowly she rises, looks you in the eye, a quizzical expression on her face. I can feel it. The spirit. It's bound to me now. I've always wanted a bound spirit. It isn't yours or mine, Neckpuncher. It has its own desires, and it belongs to no one but itself. She raises an arm, and you feel a burst of warmth and comfort in your chest. It wants to help people, to heal them. It wants redemption, just like I do. Maybe together we'll find it. Behind your eyes, your vision starts to twist. It feels as though you're being turned inside out. Time to go. With the spirit's link to the adversary severed, this entire reality is falling apart. See you in the real world, Glory. Yeah, she offers you a grateful smile. I'll see you there. So Glory has a ghost. Literally a ghost living inside of her. Slowly, you swim back to consciousness. Struggling to your feet, you find Glory already standing and alert. I can feel them. The spirit set them free, but they're trapped somewhere in the complex. The initiates, you mean? Yes, and others. She surveys the room, a worried expression on her face. We need to find them and get out of here. The connection between this compound and wherever we were is breaking down. As that place disintegrates, more and more things are spilling through. Like rats fleeing a sinking ship. She nods. Yeah, it's only a matter of time before the Feuerstel is consumed too. Look at the corner there. You can already see it happening. Take your word for it. Let's move. Okay, so that way's blocked. As you kick the door open and stumble forward into the room, you find yourself surrounded by a sea of teenage faces, initiates and acolytes huddled together and trembling. With the spirit's influence cleared from their mind, their swagger is gone. They look frightened and lost, like kids who've had their security blankets torn away. Glory, is that you? The acolyte in his early 20s. Close to Glory's age, his eyes are wide with astonishment. You don't know me, but I was a new initiate back when you lived here, when you were... She cuts in. Her voice is gentle. Yes, it's me. Come on, we're taking you to safety, someplace far away from here. A scrawny teenager in a ratty coat stares at Glory's chrome, his mouth hanging slack, his voice cracked when he speaks. What happened to your arms? Something that you'll never need to worry about. Come on, let's get the hell out of here. Couldn't put it better myself. Come on, people, we're taking you someplace safe. I wouldn't say safe. I mean, this is Shadowrun. There's like nowhere in the world that's safe. The Kreuzbazar. You thread your way through the streets of the Schonbusch forest, tracing your way back to the thickets where you and Glory hid the van. The inferno that consumed Feuerstelle is spreading, and the conflagration casts the forests around you in a sinister orange light. The heat at your back is intense, unbearable. Far ahead, Glory blazes a trail for you to follow, shredding the foliage in her path. The liberated initiates teeter on the edge of panic as they struggle to keep pace behind you. The fire is moving fast, but you're faster. As Glory helps the last of the kids into the van, you put the vehicle in gear and punch the accelerator. The burning ruin of Feuerstelle recedes into the distance, a glowing speck in the rearview mirror. The peace of the safety of the Kreuzbazar lies ahead. Two karma. Not great, but it fulfills Glory's mission, and that's all that matters. And at this point, any bonus is a good bonus. And I actually don't think I can do Dietrich's because I didn't save his nephew. So I don't think Dietrich's will be available. I know Blitz's will be available. But we've done a lot of failing. But either way, that's all for today. So you have a wonderful rest of your day.